but I certainly wouldn't bet on it.
Well, let's contrast him now to a guy who is that prototypical size, and that's Jabari Walker, 6'8", 20-year-old forward out of Colorado. So probably both in that, say 30 to 45 type of range. You see Walker maybe go 25, 26 in some mock drafts, but he's got that size, that profile, that wing type body that teams are after. So regardless of what you think of their production or what they did in college, because you look at Coloco's numbers and they're probably more impressive than Jabari Walker averaging 14 points and 9 boards and shooting under 35% from three, which is fine, but it's not great. But Walker, to me, feels undoubtedly like a more valuable player just because of that size. Do you agree with that? Can he develop into a rotation guy? Or is it just one of those ones where, I guess he's there, he's got the size, let's take a fly, because if it works, it's bloody valuable?
Yeah, I do agree that Jabari is more valuable than Koloko. I think they're close. Like, I don't think they're super different in terms of value, but I mean, that is like kind of the prototype, like the moving wings who can maybe shoot. Obviously, Jabari had a pretty rough year this year. Definitely like was just in a better context, like playing with better players last year. Um, but I do think Jabari is definitely like a decent prospect and has pathways to being a player. Obviously, that starts on defense, but he is just a really nice mover for a guy at 6'8". There are quite a few of these guys in this class, and it's a
There are.
valuable upgrade.
Yeah.
Where I think if you're getting someone like that in like the 40s, where he has a lot of issues with his strength and some of his leaping ability, but there are real defensive tools that I think a team can develop. And then offensively, it's basically just like hoping he's going to be a shooter, which I think is certainly possible. Like he shot like a decent amount of threes. He's a pretty solid free throw shooter. Like I think like all of like the indicators are there for being like for a guy who's like, yeah, he could shoot, he could not shoot. We'll see. I've always been intrigued by some of his like creation stuff. Like the way he moves his body is really interesting to me. Like he's very agile and can get like in tight spaces better than a lot of guys of his size and frame can. I think maybe there's some development there, but that's probably a long shot because he is just a rough decision maker, just very raw as a scorer as well. Like is like your very typical like college four who does post ups and stuff. Which is like one of the biggest red flags for like translating scoring into the league.